Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Thursday, March 7th, 2024. Let's take a look at the Forex economic calendar at the beginning of our analysis. So what do we have here? Of course, some bunch of data were published overnight. As you can see, I got the data from the Australia and from the China. Mostly home loans and trade balance beats the expectations in Australia. Then we got the exports and imports from the China, and together with the trade balance, both of them, all of them beats the expectations significantly. The unemployment rate in the Switzerland stays at the level of 2.4%. And we got some data from the UK during the London session. Halifax house price index is 1.7%, which means a drop from 2.3%. And the monthly index is 0.4%, which means a drop from 1.2%. German factory orders, minus 11.3, drop from 12%, significant drop in German factory orders. Mortgage rate in UK is scheduled for release at 11 o'clock. The previous mortgage rate is 7.95. Deposit facility rate and in press conference and interest rate decision, together with the monetary policy statement, is the key event of the day. Of course, we are talking about the European Central Bank. Just to remind you guys, the current rate is 4.5%, and the market participants doesn't expect any kind of a hike or cut this time from the ECB. During the New York session, we got a bunch of data from the USA, non-farm productivity, trade balance, unit labor costs, and initial jobless claims will be scheduled for the release at 2:30. Trade balance and building permits data from Canada are scheduled for release at 2:30 as well. Then we got 15 minutes later, we got ECB press conference. It will be worth to watch this kind of a event. At 4 o'clock, we got German Buba Balz speech together with the ECB President Christine Lagarde. 1 hour and 30 minutes later, we got FOMC member Messner to give a speech. And at the end of the day, 10:30, we got Fed balance sheets publication. So this is the event. This is the calendar for the day, full of events. So very busy day, very busy beginning of the first day as well, because we got data from Australia and from China. Right now, let's just switch to the technical part, and let's just start with the hottest market these days, which is the Bitcoin market. This is 30-minute chart of the Bitcoin. Let's switch to let's say 1 hour chart, because the intraday the 1 hour chart looks very nice. This is the correction. The correction was actually something around 10%. You can see it straight on 69,317, and this is 59,172. That's minus 14%. Sorry, that's a little bit more than I thought. Nevertheless, since then we are back above the $67,000. So 14% correction, even that sudden as it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles only, which means 5 hours. Well, it's not that bad if you take into the consideration that the market is still in an uptrend, and the bulls are in charge of this market. Now we are consolidating roughly around there's 50 periods moving average and 100 periods moving average, so roughly around this area. Nevertheless, the market is still under the influence of the bulls. Bulls are in charge, and the next target for them is still at the level of $70,000. So we got new marginal all-time high on the Bitcoin. We got the pullback, very dynamic and aggressive pullback. Then we have a very nice bounce. Now we are waiting for this momentum to pick up again. Please notice that we went from extremely overbought market conditions even below the level of 50 at 46 points on the RSI, which means that, look at this. Last time we were here when the Bitcoin was just below the breakout above the $52,000. So very nice situation here. Of course, for the bulls, because this is the very long down shadow. So that means all of the lower levels were about back up, price is up, and now we are waiting for the test of the 69,317 and another rally towards $70,000. So that's the outlook for the Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the euro dollar, of course, because of the recent situation on the up move, ABC up move, as you remember. Now, the other supply zone has been broken, which means that the situation with the euro is getting a little bit better for the boost. Nevertheless, this movement still looks very, very corrective. The local high was made at 1.0916. The next target for the boost is 1.09. Let me just take a look. I think it will be 1.0933. We are now testing the last supply zone. Nevertheless, please notice that we hit the extremely overbought market conditions. We can see that after the ECB interest rate decision is published, we might move lower. Why we might move lower? Because this might be only the positioning just before the interest rate decision by the ECB. So the market is positioning in three waves, A, B, and C, and then we might have the return to the down trend. So please stay focused, stay vigilant. The current levels here, the most important one is of course the demand zone, right? So we need to break below the demand zone in order to continue lower, but as well we need to break below 50 and 100 periods moving average on the 4-hour chart, which are located at 1.0833 and 1.0875. The other data that we should take a look at are the data from the gold market because of the recent market movement, yes, on the gold. So what do we have here? We have a breakout. We have a breakout above the 2000 and let's say, let me just take different lines so we can see it straight on. So we are on the highs. There you go. 2143 broken. Now it might still act as the intraday technical support, but let me just place it as the let me just color it as the black line. The market is still moving higher, right? So we finally have a breakout on the gold after some period of the consolidation. This is a daily time frame chart, please remember. So the situation here is very, very specific because the market conditions are extremely overbought on a daily time frame chart. The same situation is slightly maybe less provocative like this, but nonetheless the same aggressive on the Bitcoin, of course. So Bitcoin, digital gold, and gold, physical gold, are both rallying, which means that the US dollar is apparently not doing very well, and euro dollar is going up and British pound is going up. So this situation might be really not in favor for the US dollar bulls. The technical supports, let me just place them right on for you. Of course, 2087 might be used as the technical support. I think that the other one might be placed here at 2064. So the situation is quite clear. Very nice movement to the upside. We should have some kind of a pullback, and then the uptrend should be continued. Please notice the fact this market is extremely overbought, and the US dollar should be extremely weak. Let's take a look at the US dollar index. The US dollar index should be basically moving lower. So okay, where's the US dollar index? There you go. And the US dollar index is moving down, but it's not really something big yet. Why? Because with your trace, I think the 50% of the last move to the downside. Okay, so we got the level of 104.95 as the technical resistance. Now, where is the other level? This technical support was violated, so already we are below this level. So 102.20 is another technical support, and of course we got the technical support at the level of 159. Please notice that we broke already below this short-term trend line. We are below on a daily time frame chart 150 periods moving average, which is huge, and the momentum is negative. As I said, US dollar is going down across the board, and the level of 102.74 is the next target, then eventually maybe 101.88, but I don't think so. It doesn't actually look that strong, and it was never tested actually. So the 100 and let's say 174 is much better level of support for the bulls. And then of course we got the swing low from the end of the December 2023. So it will be actually huge if we get there again in such a short time, right? So because it's the end of the December last year. Now, trend line, big trend line. We cannot break below this trend line, because if we break, then the downtrend will be continued, and we should see all of the currencies rallying against the US dollar, and US dollar weakening all across the board. That's the situation on the markets. Thank you very much for watching this analysis. I hope I will see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.